Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fia, and if you're new here, I post videos occasionally on my life here in the Netherlands and also my life outside of the Netherlands when I travel with my family. As a mom living abroad, I rely on tech that makes me feel confident when I'm in another room or I'm editing or even traveling. And that's why today I will be reviewing the Annke baby monitor that they kindly sent me. I'll be showing you guys the setup, how it performs, and how I honestly think about it. This was gifted to me, but this video is not sponsored, so all opinions are truthful and they are my own. So we're going to get right into it with unboxing. It has on the front just some of the details of the monitor, and on the back it does mention some of its key features, but we'll get into that. I already did open it myself, so it's not in the same order as I received it, but we're going to open it again just so you guys to see what it comes with. Okay, so to start, it comes with the starting guide. So these are all the instructions that you need. Then there are two charging cables. It's a bit tangled, that's my fault. But this is for the monitor screen and also the camera. And then it comes with the camera itself. And then the monitor comes in a separate box. Here is the monitor. Okay, so these are the full items that the box comes with. Pretty standard for a baby monitor. So let's first look at the camera. It's really cute and compact. It is bigger than the current camera I have, but I like the shape of it, and I already see that it can rotate, which is already something that's super better than the camera I currently have. This is where you can plug in the charger at the back. Not really much to say about that, but we will test its functionality a little bit later. So this is the monitor. It is a lot bigger than the one I currently have. I don't know how I feel about it yet because the one I currently have, you can just slip it in your pocket, but for some people, having a bigger screen is a lot better. You could plug it in here with the charger. At the back, you have the speaker, and then you also have this where you can kind of put it on a stand. With sleek, it does fit in my hand like the size of a telephone, kind of, or the size of a phone, a telephone. It's very similar to the size of my current iPhone, just for you to get kind of an idea of the size, which is not bad because your phone can fit in your back pocket. It is thicker than an iPhone. So I'm gonna try and turn it on, see what happens. I did let it charge for a little bit, but I'm not sure if it got enough juice yet. So let's just see. Okay, we have the screen lighting up. Okay, so I just plugged the camera into this power source and it automatically connected. It's paired, so I can actually see what's in front of me right now. So this is my camera that you can see on the screen. Now I'm gonna try and move the camera. There it goes, it's up again. So you can see me. Hello. And then we're going to angle it to the left. Yeah, there's my ceiling again. Angle it to the right. Down. It can go quite low as well. You can see like the floor or my table. Okay, so that's pretty easy to like figure out how that works. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys a closer look of what the monitor looks like. So I did say that there's a menu button, there's a zoom button, there are the arrows and the selection button, and there's also a mic. And then the screen, you can see how the quality is. I think it's pretty decent. I'm gonna zoom so you can like zoom in on my face. Yeah, so that's me. So now I'm gonna explore a bit of the features that I see here when pressing the menu button. Now I can actually hear myself echoing, so we don't want that right now. But there is a volume button. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm doing on the screen. Okay, so basically what I did is I pressed this menu button here. The first one is the volume, so it can go. I don't know if you can hear. Yeah, there's gonna be an echo just because the camera is right in front of me. Let me see. I want to go across. So now this, I'm guessing, is brightness. When you want to go back to that menu, you just press the menu button again. That was pretty easy to figure out. Then this, you can adjust how the camera moves. So next there's the Vox, and that you can adjust to medium, high, low, and that's kind of like the triggers for sound. This is a musical tone. So the musical tones on this are really calming. They're like lullabies. So this part of the menu is actually a feeding alarm, which I've never seen in a baby monitor before. That's really cool. So they have like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. And you can also choose your own time for that. Then finally, you have the last button on the menu. And this has, okay, so there's a temperature setting. You can do auto sleep time. There's alarm volume. There is date and time, also language, and just some information or restoring to factory settings. So it can also tell you the temperature. So they have Celsius, but they also do have the Fahrenheit option. I'm now going to list the pros and cons of the camera. Just so you guys can get an idea of what's good and what's not going good. So first, I do like the high quality screen. As I mentioned with our current camera that we're using and baby monitor, the screen is really basic. You don't really see much detail. With this, it's a lot more. You can see it's so clear. I'm looking at Silas now and wow, it's like a lot of detail. He looks adorably cute, first of all, but there's a lot of detail. So I do like the high quality camera. I love that the camera can move, so the mobility is perfect for us because, as I said, we usually have to get creative with the setup of our camera so that we can actually see him fully. Sometimes he plays with it and it moves or something happens that we need to change it. Right now it's just on a hook, so I would love to test it in his room to see actually how much coverage we get of him in his crib. I tested it with the new one. My initial thought was to just put it here and that it would angle downwards enough that we can see into the crib, but it doesn't reach. I'm gonna show you that here. If I go down, that's the furthest it reached, so you only see the edge of the crib. So we're probably gonna have to do a similar thing and like mount it on the side like this so it can reach. It would be helpful if the monitor actually came with a mount. At the bottom of the camera, it shows that it does have the possibility of like screwing on a mount, but it doesn't come with that. So if it was like included in that, I think that would be helpful. That's probably a con, and it would be more helpful if it came along with a mount that you can easily solve. That's something that you can clip on to anywhere. I like that there's music built in, as I said as well. We have a sound machine that we currently use, so it's great that we don't necessarily need that. So it's kind of an item that has two in one, so sound machine and baby monitor. There's also a mic, so we can speak into the camera to tell him, hey, go to bed, sit down and go to bed. The brightness adjustment is great as well, because as I mentioned before as well, our current monitor, it gets really bright and that can be very blinding in the middle of the night or very early in the morning. Also, the camera basically can turn 360, which is great in addition to the mobility, so that's something just to add. And there is a temperature alarm, which is great because a lot of the times in the night I have to be manually checking to see if his room is too hot or too cold, but now I can set an alarm. If it's too warm in his room, I already know and I can make the necessary adjustments. In terms of the cons, I am not a person, as I mentioned, who is great at reading manuals. I didn't feel like I needed to follow the manual fully to be able to understand everything, but navigating the menu was a little bit annoying with having to select and it's the screen it will disappear and I need to click the menu again to go back to like go across. I felt like that was a bit annoying. And I will also say the camera does have like a vibration sound when it's moving. So if we need to adjust it with him when he's in his room, that will be easily distracting from him. He's gonna hear it, he's gonna pick up on it, and he is going to want to grab the camera or it might disturb him or wake him up. So if it was a bit quieter, like, or it didn't make any sound moving, I will show you a clip of that right now. That would have been a lot better, I think. Finally, while I do like that the screen is bigger and a lot clearer, I think having a smaller monitor would be even more portable and better with traveling because it's quite thick and it is quite big. So yeah, to go around with it, I mean, yes, I can put it in my pocket, but having something even smaller takes up less space in a bag. So for example, when you're traveling, the baby bag is really full. It also does have some weight to it. So it is heavier than my iPhone. So that's just for you guys to get an idea of it. That's a personal preference, having something a bit smaller, I think would have been easier to travel around with. I try to travel with as less weight as possible, so I'm not sure how that's going to feel in the bag. But I do like the big screen. It's just the whole thing is a bit much, I think. So this camera originally cost 69.99 euros. Right now it is discounted at 39.99. I think for what you get, maybe 70 euros is a bit much, but I feel like the in-between point of those two is like a good price for the monitor. To wrap this all up, overall, I really do like this baby monitor. It has some really great features to it. It's something that I would take along with our travels. And I think I'm gonna switch right now to this one over our current baby monitor just because it offers us so much more and it just makes more sense to use that. But I think it is really good. I will post a link for the actual camera in the description below. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment to share your favorite baby monitor in the comments below. Would also like to hear what you guys think. And also subscribe to check out my other videos. As I mentioned, we make videos about travel and family life in the Netherlands. So if you like that type of stuff, be sure to subscribe to see more videos. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.